systems for scaling a business to a million or more, the systems that you need in the business, okay? And there's four that I'm going to go over today. And the first one is an acquisition system, okay? So you need a system that consistently brings you leads, okay? So those leads can come in the form of book calls, right? If you've got like some sort of high ticket program, you need book calls, consistent book calls, okay? You also need signups, right? So if you're a software as a service, you need signups, okay? Maybe if you're an e-commerce brand, right, that means sales, okay? So you need actual sales, right? But the acquisition system isn't really always responsible for sales. It's just responsible for leads, right? For traffic, okay? Yeah, so you need an acquisition system, okay? And then the next system you need is a nurturing system, right? Because you have to understand everybody that comes to your site, that comes to your whatever it is that you've got, right? Your e-commerce store, your calendar, anywhere. They're not going to buy immediately, okay? So you need a nurturing system, all right? And again, these are all things that I help you with in the program, okay? But that nurturing system is going to be responsible for turning your customer from a cold prospect to a raving fan, right? To a waving, warm, happy customer, okay? So you need a nurturing system, okay? And people don't become customers overnight, which is why that nurturing system is very important. You can't neglect that, okay? And then once you've nurtured them into a customer, you need a fulfillment system. Okay, so what does that mean? You need a way to deliver that product to them. Okay, that product or service to them, right? And it needs to be a system because if it's not, you're gonna have trouble scaling. Okay, so again, e-commerce brand, how does fulfillment look? That's actually like picking and packing and shipping the product, right? If you have a service, that's actually delivering on the promise that you gave to your customer, right? So the outcome, whatever the outcome is, and whatever work is required to deliver that outcome, like that's the fulfillment, right? Or if it's software, okay, the fulfillment process is actually the app doing what it's supposed to do, right? Yeah, so then that's the fulfillment part. And at this stage, money is exchanged, so that's great. You're on your way, right? And then the last step, which is optional, but you almost like ideally you have it, is the continuity part. So in software or in business in general, this is typically referred to as recurring revenue. Okay, so if your business has a recurring revenue component, having a continuity system or a recurring revenue system, right, in your business is like the quickest way to get to $100,000 months. Okay. And again, these are all things that help you figure out in your in the program. Okay. In the one-on-one program, there's a couple millionaires in there. They all their businesses have these systems. Okay. But to scale, you need to basically like 10x each of these systems. Okay. And it all starts at the top of the funnel. Okay. So your acquisition system needs to be on point. You need to be intentional about the possibility that tens of thousands of people, like you can acquire that much people in a month or in a day even, right? So I help you build those systems and prep you for the growth that is possible. Okay. So yeah, I hope that helps. Those are the four systems that are required to grow your business to crazy like six-figure months. Okay. And just to recap, those systems are: you need an acquisition system, a nurturing system, a fulfillment system, and a continuity system or a recurring revenue system. All right, I hope that helps. If you thought this was helpful, join my one-on-one program. Okay, I will help you do it in your own business. All right, and if $1,000 is too much, if you can't do that, get my course. All right, I break it down in my course. The course is only $29. All right, and maybe one day you'll be in the program, and I'll help you get there. All right, but I hope this video was helpful. See you later.